Thank you, Madam Chair, and thanks to the ranking member for his thoughts. Um, we're setting a very ambitious number, or want to, for the SRF reauthorization. These dollars, I mean, the estimates by the National Utility Contractors Association is every billion invested creates 28,000 good paying jobs. Now, there's been a lot of carrying on about the president canceling the XL pipeline. Well, that would have created one time 10,000 jobs, would have also destroyed the boreal forests of Canada, dramatically accelerated climate change with the dirtiest fuel possible, etc. How about we do something that actually helps the environment and makes this a healthier country to live in? Let's invest in our wastewater infrastructure. It is a realistic number. We can get there very easily. For instance, my transaction tax to drive out the parasite speculators on Wall Street who front run the market with supercomputers would raise $77 billion a year. Now, is it better to let them become billionaires providing a useless product and driving up stock prices for everybody else? Or would it be better to say, hey, let's rebuild the nation's wastewater infrastructure? Wow. And if we invested $5 billion a year, that would be 140,000 jobs a year. Good jobs, Davis-Bacon jobs, jobs that provide for a very good living wage and also for benefits like healthcare and other things. We have new challenges. As has been noted both by the chair and the ranking member, systems are aging out. They are being overwhelmed by population growth. They are being overwhelmed by severe climate events due to climate change. These are real problems, and we have to get ahead of this. We have to plan for the future. Systems go underwater in hurricanes. That's happened in the ranking members district and in other districts around the country. I have a system in my district that is at a very severe risk of flooding and contaminating two very large lakes. And also I have a beach area in Oregon, Sunset Bay, which is one of the most polluted beaches in the country because of the combined sewer overflow. We cannot afford not to make these investments, and we can't put all of the burden on the cities and counties and the individual ratepayers to do this. We need to spread that a little more widely because water doesn't observe state boundaries, city lines, state lines, county lines, or anything. This is an investment for all Americans. We did this 50 years ago, and we can't do it now. That's just extraordinary to me. How puny do you think we have become? We are better than that. We can meet these challenges today. When I was a county commissioner, we had a 75% federal match to build our system. And we have since, continually upgraded it. The population of the area has tripled. And we're still got capacity in that system. So these investments will yield huge benefits, economic benefits, returns to cities, counties, states, and the federal government in terms of taxes and economic activity with good, safe growth that doesn't jeopardize the environment. So I'm going to push for a very ambitious number, and then we're going to find ways to pay for it. We're not going to be puny and say, gee, sorry, we can't help you. At the current level of investment, it would take 171 years to bring the existing systems up to a state of good repair, and that doesn't even include areas that don't have systems, like tribal territories and others. So that is not acceptable. And I believe this administration, as part of their package, will adopt very ambitious goals in their infrastructure bill. And then the one other thing that I want to add into this is, as much as possible, we want to use natural systems. I have something called the, I got to remember the name, but it made the list that McCain used to put out because it was supposedly, falling waters. Because they actually use a very large natural area to do their tertiary treatment, and it's actually a Pleasant Park area because it's tertiary treatment. And so we want to look at incorporating natural systems wherever we can. And we also want to incentivize the wastewater districts to capture their methane, 26 times as potent as CO2 in causing climate change. We can, and I was inspired by a testimony 2 years ago from a sewer district in New Jersey that rebuilt their system, captured their methane, generated their own electricity, and sold electricity onto the grid, had a new system, and didn't have to substantially raise their rates and help the environment. So there are better ways to do this, innovative and interesting ways to do this using 21st century technology. I look forward to hearing from the witnesses today about their ideas on how we can accomplish these goals. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Mr. DeFazio. And now I would like to yield some time to the ranking member of the committee,